Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever CK3 Crusader Kings III series here on the Lord Master channel. I am Lord Master, as you've already heard the name, and you've probably seen many of my past videos of Crusader Kings II where I've done a series of many countries of the past, such as Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia, Ragusa, Assyria, Chola India, and Sogdia. Yep, I've done a lot of these great series, but that's all in the past now, and we could debate all day long of which of my past series were, the best ones, but that's for me to decide on my own, mind. Anyways, Crusader Kings 3. As of this recording, I am recording it on this day, and it's a week after its release, which it came out on September 1st, 2020. Today is Sunday, September 6th. That's the day of this recording, and I always say I will post at a much later time, as you are watching this right now. But I have a habit of, recording ahead of schedule, because, I guess I am ready for this long-term commitment that could take me about 2 to 3 months. Maybe slightly more, depending on how I'm feeling and the rate of recording and everything. But before we get started on this very first episode playing as the country that won the poll, and I'm going to be honest with you, this country that I'm expected to play as, based on you people, pointing at you, that are watching this right now, if you're the ones that voted for the country that I'm about to play as. When I looked at the results about a few weeks after I posted or so, I got nervous because, the country I'm going to be playing as is Asturias, which is the country it's a kingdom located in northern Spain. This is during the time of the Reconquista, the Reconquest. So, if you're going to be talking about, who lives in the Iberian Peninsula, it starts in the 867 start date, and there's only 3 countries. Well, maybe 4 if you count, big old France out there. Francia or Francia, just say it like how it's spelled sometimes. There's Asturias, there's also the tiny kingdom of Navarra, and the big old Umayyad to the south, which I'll show you the map in just a moment so you know what the hell I'm talking about. And as you see on your screen, that man is the one I'm going to be playing as. And flanked by him, this blind man here is his primary heir. For now, until things change. So, again, I've had to start this playthrough, and then I hit the save file, then I go exit the main menu so I could show you the starting relevant characters, as you can see here. The ruler and the heir. This character's got no spouse. Yet. So, it'll start on January 1st, 867, which I am playing as King Alfonso III Ordóñez, Kingdom of Asturias, King of Asturias. Adelfonso, or Alfonso to some. So let's get started. Let me take a drink. The main setting of this series is the Iberian Peninsula. If some of you viewers that have seen my past series before this one with Imperator Rome, you recall that you've seen me play as Massalia, modern-day Marseille, France, an ancient Greek colony at that time in Massalia, that we were, lived over there, and then expanded all along the coast, then down to Iberia, then up that way, and then we gone even from Cornwall to Canterbury, Kent area. Even went all the way up there. Yes, we traveled far for these Greeks, but that's all in the past now. All in that fictional, history-altering past. But now, it is the 1st of January in the year of our Lord 867 AD. As you could say, the Iberian Peninsula is rather divided, and Asturias and the other Visigothics, which, by the way, that's the main population, Visigothic. There's no Astur-Leonese, no Galicians, no Castilians, no Catalans. This was long before they evolved into those, or forged their own identity. The Iberian Peninsula during the fall of the Western Roman Empire, this was under the control of the Visigoths, and they created their own kingdom there, and forged their own identity, thus replacing the native Iberians and the Celto-Iberians that once lived there, and to a lesser extent the Latins, the Romans, and remnants of Punic Carthaginians, if you want to recall my past series with the Massalia playthrough. And do not forget the tiny little bit of Greek population that once lived in Iberia. But all that is gone now. It is now mainly Visigothic. But the only free Visigothic peoples that live there is to the north. But there are some independent Visigothics, well, actually, no, that's us. Sorry, the impassable terrain kind of threw me off. There are some Visigothic vassals within the Umayyad Sultanate, which for now, this man here is and his descendants will be the main antagonists of the series. At least for now, until, you know, things change and whatnot. But we are not alone for us Catholics. I mean, of course we know Alfonso III of Asturias, in which he is not married yet. And then there's our neighbor, King Gartazia Enriquez, of a Basque or Bosque. I have a tendency to say Bosque. And also, fun fact, by the way, for my real-life self, that we know that somewhere in Northern Iberia, I think in Navarra proper, that area is where my ancestors come from. Yes, me in real life. When I trace back my surname, my real life last name, which I will not reveal it here in the Lord Master channel, because I like to keep my own identity. And sometimes I give you false names, especially if you're in my Oregon Trail videos. Anyways, so yes, my ancestors, as far as my tracing back on the ancestry of my surname, we came from Navarra, northern Spain, somewhere in those areas, as far back as 1300s AD. That's how far I was able to trace it back. I mean, as far as records or lack thereof. So yes, Spain, as we know today, is the land of my ancestors. But to be exact, my ancestry is quite mixed. I only have a tiny bit of Basque in me, and one would probably think, knowing that there's still Germanic ancestry in the Spanish peoples today that we know that live there. The Galicians and Astur-Leonese and the Castilians and the Portuguese that we know of, I'm sure they still have traces of that DNA still in the Spanish people today. So, you may never know that there's a tiny bit of Germanic in me still. But then again, over time it gets, you know, whatnot. But enough of the ancestry, because we don't want to go deep into the weeds of what we're doing here in this very series, on this first episode. So, again, we're dealing with a pretty big enemy that's been there for about, I say 150 years since the beginning of the Reconquista. This is how many troops that they have right now, these levies and their knights. Yeah, they've done a lot of changes, and I'm sure some of you viewers probably already know of such knowledge of CK3, but it'll also take me quite a long time to bring you up to the details for those who are not familiar with this series through my channel. Well, this is going to be an interesting learning curve for you some, while I'm still a little bit green on my end, even though I'm a fast learner. So, they're stronger than us, as it says. Their military strength is superior to ours. And Asturias here, well, we're down by half. We may have the knights, but the levies are just, well, we're a smaller country. And Navarra is no better. And neither is them over yonder. And then we go up to West Francia, or Francia, whatever's correct pronunciation. Well, they're the only ones that, if allied together, we can be on par against the Umayyad Sultanate. Got an ally in Flanders, vassal of them. So this is what the whole world looks like. They've pretty much extended it just a tad bit to the south and to the east in this game, if you recall the old CK2 map. That takes you from Iceland to India. Well, now it's from Iceland to Burma, as you can see there. They extended it into Burma and eastern Tibet, a little bit more of Mongolia, and they even extended it further down in Africa, mostly all of sub-Saharan Africa, even as far down as Somalia, and just probably into the fringes of Kenya, I think, if my geography is correct. And a little bit more of further up in Siberia. Let me take a drink. Now, if you recall many of my past series, matter of fact, all of my past CK through CK2, it's easy for me to say, series in the past, I always start in the 769 because that was my favorite start date, because it's not only the earliest, it also gives you a lot of time to expand to, Lord knows where you want to expand based on what kind of goals you have in mind. But for now in this game, 867 is the start date. The other one is 1066, which is usually most of everybody's favorites. It's in the High Middle Ages, where it's a bit more climatic and closer to the beginning of the Crusades era. But here, we're far from it. So yes, you can play as any country as you like, regardless of faith and culture, whereas back in the old game, you gotta have DLCs in order to play as either the Muslims or the Pagans or the Easterns, which I'll show you the faiths. I mean, we are Catholic, obviously, based on the holy sites that you can see. It's under Catholic control, except for Jerusalem. And not only we know the Christians very well, but also the pagans, especially the widely expanded Tengri of the steppes. While the further south and east you go, it gets a lot messier. Different African pagan faiths, and then further east you go in areas like India, well, Buddhism, Jainism, and Hinduism, and all their different branches are all distinct religions rather than a united entity as it was in a old game, where they just simply call it Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist, and just pick any branch for your benefits. Well, now each of these branches are branched out. The multitudes of it, some of which are extinct branches of the said religions, which, by the way, let me bring this up real quick. I mean, we're Catholics, we're the Christian faith, and there's the other ones that you could see, including the Apostolic faith. You can usually find them in Armenia. Insulary, is you can find them in Ireland. Christiani, you find it in Bosnia. And the Nestorian, well, you find it in the Middle East, Mesopotamia, Iraq, which you may recall I did the Assyrian series long ago. And also there's also extinct branches or heresies that have yet to spring up. But that's for only Christian faiths. Then there's many different ones, if they're different families, including the Buddhists that exist the extinct or yet to be popped up heresies. There's dualists. There's only a single relic, and Greco-Roman, which yes, Hellenism still in the game. Also, Hindu, Hexia, which I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but it exists. You find them, I think, somewhere over there. Then there's the Muslim faiths, which Ash'arism is basically, Sunnism. While to our neighboring south, there's a separate Sunni sect, which they have a slight difference in tenet, which these tenets, if you could see here, which I'll show you the comparison, at least the Christian part, so it's much easier to understand for the uninitiated in my channel, those who really are loyal viewers to me and never seen this before, and didn't have the time to watch all the other ones. Bunch of different Muslim faiths, including the Ibadi faiths, and its heresies. Jains, Jewish, Cordofanian, Mande, Malete, Mundhum, Norse, almost Somali, generic pagan, Setagambian, Shamanic, Slavic, Tani, Taoist, Tibetan, Uralic, Yoruba, and of course, my personal favorite religion out of all of it in the game, based on experience, Zoroastrian. Where, as you may recall, my past two playthroughs where I did two Zoroastrian playthroughs of Croatia and Sogdiana, or Sogdian, and its extinct branches, as well as Zunnu. But for now, it's like, yeah, these tenets here, and it's got its own set of sins. It no longer are the 7 deadly sins and these 7 virtues. They branch off based on the tenets and doctrines and whatnot. And these are the virtues. And these are the tenets. The armed pilgrimages, which is, what you know. That's the one where you start a crusade or a great holy war, if it has high fervor. And this is not the crusading era yet. We also do communion, which you may seek indulgence from the head of faith to pay in gold in exchange for piety, which could be useful if I want to start a holy war. And monasticism, which a courtier can take the vow to become a monk or a nun. I mean, when a Catholic looks at a fellow Catholic, we view it as righteous. And we look at somebody like Orthodox. See? We consider them astray because there is a bit of a difference in ideology, or tenet, while they consider us astray, so we don't tend to get along. Just because we're Christians doesn't mean that we can all be united and whatnot. Here's the difference between the two. We have in common in communion and monasticism. What makes Orthodox different from Catholicism? Pentarchy. That's why. But the sins and the virtues remain the same. While you look at somebody like the Bosnian Church or Christiani, well, here's a bit more difference. We consider them astray, but they look at us as righteous. So yes, you can have intermarriage with them, which is common. And by the way, intermarriages may still happen. Look at Christianity again as an example. Yeah, there is a difference of why they're still astray. Different tenets. We have in common in monasticism, but they got this, and they have that. That's why they consider other Christian faiths to be righteous. So the Bosnian Christian inhabitants are considered like the nice ones. But their sins are different. In fact, a little less. Yeah, they have less virtues and less sins on that one. While Nestorians, which they're a lot different, Well, we consider them as hostile, and they look at us as hostile. So yes, you can crusade against Nestorians, as an example. Same virtues and sins. It's just the Eastern syncretism, only hostile to them, and the preachers don't look at us favorably. While we look at, again, one more example before we get moving on, a different topic. The neighboring Muslims who follow the Muwahhidism, we consider them evil, and they consider us as evil. So intermarriage rarely happens, and holy wars can be waged, and can be crusaded against them, but you cannot usurp their titles and can use holy orders against them. I mean, every single different religious family has its own sins and virtues, as well as different doctrines, crime doctrines, and clergy doctrines compared to ours. Which, again, it'll take a long time for me to explain it. But if you want to learn more, I'm just going to say this right now, because we've got to get this series moving on. It's been 20 minutes. If you want to learn more about all these features, especially as this series goes on, I suggest you go to the YouTube channel Paradox Interactive, especially when you look at tutorials for every little thing. So, yeah, it may help you to learn more about the game if you are interested in playing it, especially as you are going to be sticking around for this series for long if you wish to. Unless you want to play the game yourself and experience it yourself and whatnot. Now, we've wasted enough time here. Here's what we know of Alfonso III. He is brave, which is ups the martial prowess, and people of the opposite sex like him more, and Alfonso's. But it increases the likelihood of dying in battle because you're just too damn brave for this. And I don't like anybody who's craven. I am also chaste, a virtue, as we well know what that means. But I'm also deceitful, which is sinful, so I'm kind of half and half. He has a martial education as a skilled tactician, tier 3. He's also a logistician, which adds up more to the supply duration. So yes, supplies are a thing in this game, just like with food in Imperator Rome for those who watched my previous 2 playthroughs with Tarentum and Massalia. But he also comes with Quick. He was born with it. So that's +1 in all skills, including a monthly lifestyle experience. And speaking of lifestyle, figuring of the man's character and historical, accomplishments that he did. My lifestyle will be martial, that I would have to go for it, because my martial education gained 30% more experience in this lifestyle. And he already has 1 perk. I mean, after all, he's a young man. He only has 1. Bellum Just. Cassius Belli cost 50, minus 50. So it's possible I could go for the strategist route. Oh, hold on. No. Excuse me. Go for all of these. And when you unlock all of these, then you get this lifestyle trait, strategist. Yeah, it could be useful, but then again, based on his skills, he's a military man through and through, with a bit of an intrigue, which could be useful to him in a long run, especially if it's somebody married to. So I will pick a lifestyle in just a moment. Knowing that my prowess is poor, at worst. I was about to say at best. But, again, prowess is kind of like a personal combat skill. You see, it says it right here. Each tool tab that you open up, it gets more and more. Especially knights with good prowess have to, whatnot. Well, these are my knights. They're all scum, and they know it. And I don't like it. But there are some good ones, but I would have to recruit these guests at court. But if you want to recruit them, that's going to cost you. Since we make very little money, and I could kind of rather have, spending of a men-at-arms regiment, but I need money. But don't spend it on day one. What I want to wait on is what are the Umayyads are up to, who they're going to declare war against, possibly Navarra, the weakest, and what kind of men-at-arms are they going to be bringing. Because our opponent, our antagonist of the series so far, as he's gluttonous, calm, lustful, he's an insightful thinker, so he's a learned man. Very high at that. And he's a Sayyid, which is blood of Muhammad, and he's a scholar. So he's a scholarly man. And yes, you can look up the other characters' focus, so yes, he's all the way a scholar. But for me, the first thing I should do is get married. Matter of fact, the real question is, you got somebody I can marry? Because, we need to have an alliance. Her. Because this is the only way to forge an alliance between the two kingdoms as a way of fight against the Umayyads. Just think of it like it's a defensive pact, defensive league. Mind if I? They'll say yes. And inheritable traits will be quick coming from me, should my children get it. Although, I have 500 troops, he has 300, and they have 1,000, so we're slightly on par. Proposal is sent. And here's the other issues. We can create these titles, but we don't have that kind of money. Count Hastan of... Oh, yes, over there is a holy war against, yes, there's Vikings living up there. And just like me, he's quick. 3,000 special soldiers. I hope France takes care of that. Well, obviously, we can declare a holy war against them. When you do that, I have the Bellum Justum. It reduces the cost of piety for whichever target that I choose. But if you choose the target, that's gonna... Gee, you could just pick any of them along with it. Get that off. But if you want to have more piety, which I do, but it's not enough because my level of devotion is dutiful. If I want a duchy, I gotta be faithful. So just try to be a good man for most of their life if I want a duchy. But if you want the whole dang kingdom, then you gotta be a paragon of virtues. That's level 4 devotion. I'm level 1. Faithfulness 2. So don't start anything. We don't have that kind of money. And yes, this is an elective monarchy in Asturias. The electors are rulers and vassals under feudal elective. You gotta be your vassal title be the direct vassal of the title, and be only 1 or 2 ranks below it. And the candidates has to be someone in a close family, claimants, and electors. So if I really want a martial man, but the problem is, you're not of my house, are you? No. Well, actually, you should look at their family tree. Our motto, God avenge me. Anyways. Like, who is landed besides myself? Unfortunately, it's my brother and heir, who is, blind. So his health is feeling fine, despite the fact that he's blind. And he's a military man too, just like me, but not as good. Which honestly, I don't think we should, you know, look at the votes. Who should I vote for? Now the lifestyle. Since I have poor prowess, and I would like for my knights to fight better, and I don't want to get myself killed as I'm a brave man, I'm going to go for a chivalry focus. Increases my prowess, increases the attraction, adds up the advantage. It can only be changed every 5 years if you want to switch a focus. So it'll go up over time. And I'll start unlocking perks that relates to Gallant. Particularly this route. Especially more knights needed. And eventually men-at-arms. So my voting strength is 3, so again, I'm not going to nominate anybody yet. By the way, the spouse is part of the council. My Archbishop does not endorse me because of our differences. Well, guess what? You're going to be the first man to be swayed. At least the Spy Master's cooperative. So, wait a minute. You're blind, aren't you? Oh, no, it's you. You would do the worst. I'm going to need somebody better. Our best Spy Master is the Mayor. He's deceitful and he's comely, so he's pleasant to look at. Okay. So, sorry about this, but you're blind and unremarkable. And we don't have as good as a Chancellor, but the other two are average. Good, Stewart, average. So now all we need is... Oh, crap. That's my uncle. My uncle's my Chancellor and hates my guts. Because he desires to count... Oh, I control the counties? Of Soria? Oh, separate. Okay, you'll get what you want. Grant you, Soria. There we go. You got what you wanted. There. And this will last for about 10 years. But now he's a strong vassal, and I ought to be careful who I give away to. So it's been 33 minutes, and I think I'm ready to go. So let's get this over with, and I will get married. Jimena, this is my queen, and spouse, and part of the council. And whoever's the heir, I do not really give a damn. I would rather have a child out of this, so I can put my vote on him. Now, skill-wise, she's of a learning education. Bad at everything else, but average with diplomacy. But if assist ruler, just basically, you know, that's just to give it in general. But if I want to boost something, could probably do more with court politics, because I have a bad feeling about those vassals, especially those who are not in a council. So I'm gonna give it a... I'm fine with everything else. But the learning and the piety gains? Oh, I'll manage. Speaking of manage, stick with domestic affairs, uncle. And as for the steward, he can collect taxes. The marshal, well, yes, organize levies, as we only have levies, no men-at-arms as of yet. And you gotta disrupt the schemes, because this is early game. Let me take a drink. With my marriage to Queen, Ximena, or, I don't know how you pronounce that name, it's in another Basque language. The realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some of it is considered tasteless to levy an extra tax during the time of jubilation. Of course I will collect it. Who pays for their own wedding? I know what I'm going to do with that money exactly. Get the guests. And one more talented one came in. Force them. One more. Forcing them means just, regardless of prowess, may take the knight with high prowess rather than allowed. So there you go. We got rid of the poor knights. Well, we still got some poor ones, but at least we have some better. Including myself, which one day I will pick up my prowess, knowing that one day I'll be leading armies myself. And now the real question is, what are you guys up to? My culture is now fascinated by city planning innovation. Oh yes. Since I'm the cultural head, as I'm the only independent Visigothic man out there, I could pick and choose, since we're in the tribal era of this culture. You see, this stuff's already known to the Visigoths. And as you can see, each of these ones that are not unlocked, yes, it'll take 374 years, but once you pick it, it'll reduce it. Thinking. I'm thinking quilted armor. That's what I'm gonna go for. So now it'll take 47 years, which it can be lowered based on what my current fascination is, which I already have it. My learning skill, which is rather poor, as we already established. And the average development of all Visigothic counties, that is, the entirety of Iberia, which one day it'll slowly turn Arabic over time. Likes me despite my deceitfulness, but I need my deceit to use the intrigue. Speaking of which, faction created against me, you want to install this man, this boy, onto the Asturian throne. What's his education? Marshal. That boy's blind too. What the? Oh, that's the brother. Chancellor fails to handle vassals. Spin prestige because of the poor diplomacy skill. Damn it, uncle! Now the real question is, and sinful Prince Bishop exposed. That's not here, that's our neighbor. He did a bad thing. Oh, they really picked up. And they have an alliance with, oh no, the alliance is just to prevent factions from forming. So don't worry about the 500 attacker allies levies. Worry about this levies that's just got bigger all of a sudden. Did he spend on mercenaries? Or is that really how much he has? Yeah, this is what we have now. Yeah, we were lesser, but we picked up because we just started the game. So they could attack us anytime. So keep your eyes open. If he's going to be recruiting men-at-arms, so am I. That's what I'm saving my money on. I'm watching you. I got my knights. Overtaxation causes banditry. Damn it, uncle. Oh, that's my other uncle, who's the steward. But then again, he's average. He's not poor. Spouse's poor diplomacy skill, and the uncle and chancellor looks at me more fondly. Covetous planner. That's what Sultan Muhammad is. While he's slowly gaining strength every day. While I got myself and my ally. We'll be fine. And if I ever have a child, well then I'll be sure to betroth it right away. To make my Archbishop, Gachi, that's what it says on the accent mark. Not sure. More susceptible to my attempts at approaching him that I can include a compliment in my next missive to his court. I'll be sure to mention his... Again, I'm trying to get him to be nice. He's chaste, calm, and honest. But bad learning. He'll start endorsing me regardless whatever I say. Chaste, calm. Your forgiving nature. Our recent correspondence has been a source of joy for me. I cannot help but think we might both benefit from the increased communication. Signed by the Archbishop and starts endorsing me. And when you get it endorsed, well then... Then that means he should, give me a little bit more piety, is it not? When an Archbishop endorses? Again, Catholic rules. It's the rules of the... They may be superior, but I've not picked up my men of arms just yet. Wait till I reach 150 gold, and I'll spend some. Persuade is complete. So keep it going until we feel it's enough. I mean, when you look over there in France, you could see mercenaries and light footmen from their allies. And my wife is pregnant. Cannot wait to hold the baby in my arms. So just wait a few months. All is quiet in the Iberian front. While I'm still got my eye on you. You and your princess. And slowly over time, I will pick up a perk to spend, which I'm going for the gallant route. Knowing that I will be leading the troops myself should hostilities break out between us. Got another ally? Allied. Allied through me and through Duchy of Aragon. You should get a physician. You gotta have one, just in case. Now that I've saved up some money, maybe it's time to spend it. The world is full of dangers, even to a king and his court. As per my requests, my servants have inquired after recommendations. Now they have assembled a few options to choose from. Let me see. These two people who just came here. Oh, I like him already. Well, what about her? Not as much, but she's beautiful. And eager everywhere. Well, beautiful for 58. Well, Diaco, he's more learned, but he's deceitful, just like me. But cynical and humble, so not really the man of intrigue, but I don't know about him, because they say he's a contender. 50 gold. I told you I was going to save my money to spend on something. Yeah, his is 3,000 strong now, but he hasn't spent on men-at-arms. But he does have the money if he wants to. When hostilities begin, he's going to hire himself some mercenaries, and all hell's about to break loose in a moment. Their military strength is similar to ours. Is that so? Well, when Navarra is under attack, I will intervene, because that's likely who they're going to be after. Not Asturias. We have the hills and mountains on our side. And I'm not going to spend anything infrastructure related, because I believe it's too critical of a time. I have a son! Didn't pick up quick. But I do have a hook from him, but that's at a much, much later time. Ordoño. Ordano. Oh, sorry, Spanish, Visigothic language differences. Anyways, I'm keeping that name. Ordano. Wait a minute, who's my father's name? I'll name it after my father, who died of illness way back when. Actually, no. Come up with something else. Pelagio. Yeah. The guy who started the whole Reconquista. Pelagio. He was the first king of Asturias, I recall. Look at it real quick. Where do you find title history? Actually, you could actually look it up through the family tree rather than title history, can't you? Oh, sorry, this is all a big misunderstanding, but we're good, right? Okay, that ends my sway with him, so I'm gonna have to sway somebody else now. Not the court, the realm. Who likes me the least? The Count of Santiago. I need you on our side. So I'll start swaying you as well. And it will definitely work. As we look to increase opinion. So 150 gold, and I'll start spending it on men-at-arms finally. As they continue to gain strength, as they are a big country, you know? Halt! I thought they were going to attack Navarra. No, it's us. Huh. Muhammad says, may wisdom ever elude you. That sounds like a compliment rather than a threat. Then say, damn your seventh grandfather or anything. They want to... This is a holy war, or is it a conquest? Claim on the county of Zamora. Zamora. Here. That's right in the heart of the country. Well, he has more money than I do. Guess we shall raise armies and we shall meet in battle. Despite the fact that I'm ill prepared for a war, I was expecting them to attack Navarre, but nope. Against us. Hey. We're allies, so help us out on this one, will you? Because this is going to be a bit of a struggle already. They don't have men-at-arms, neither do we, but do we need some? before we raise the armies, which, again, we got our knights. But I believe bravery alone isn't going to turn the tide. But if you really want it, it's going to be expensive. Really expensive. Let me see. I mean, most of the terrain that's going to be fought over is plains and hills and mountains. But in fact, the main front line towards the objective will be plains, so. Although this may sound like a bad idea already, but I'm going to get light horsemen. Not only it's a big pile of money we'll be spending, but we could increase the size, but that's going to cost you more. So 100 light horsemen, if left unraised, which honestly, well, if we bring out all the armies right now, then it's like that. But is there a way to not to have them raised? Oh, I got it. Disband this army because, well, they need to be getting more horsemen. We'll call them for more as the course of the war, during the course of the war. So the troops are gathering right now. They'll be fully gathered in 5 days. 3, 2, 1, march to Zamora, to the front line. There's a river that separates us, so all we gotta say is let them come. Especially the monthly income. This is why I said this is gonna be bad. Because we chose not to raise them, as they're paying the money already. But when we bring in the bear, then it's going to be more expensive for the upkeep. This is the commander? Are you better than me? That's the real question. No, we're just as equal. Holy warrior. Okay, you get to be the commander then. I don't need to lead troops on the front. Yet. If they get mercenaries, we're screwed. They do have the money for it. Let me see. So we got a holy warrior on our side, and our knights. All we have to do is just hold the ground. Every month or so. Like, how long is that at rate? Oh, here they come. Stick with us. They're going to be coming across that river. 2 armies of Cordoba. Got a commander, Amir Mahomet, 22 Marshal. And there's Sultan Muhammad, who's, a lot less. It's that man that we have to watch out for. And he's a holy warrior as well, an overseer. Oh dear. We're gonna have a real struggle. But again, this is just for a county. Should we lose, we can get it back in another time. I was about to say, perhaps we're gonna need these light horsemen right now. And try to get here, but after this battle. Alright. It's a good thing you tagged along. Because this isn't going to be good. Knowing who the commander is now. And plus he's got the intrigue, so he's well protected from possible assassinations, see? We ain't gonna succeed from that. And there are highly doubtful there ain't gonna be agents. He's too I would like to say, well respected. So, like it or not. Hey, where you going? You let them cross the river, you cowards. Okay, fine, we'll follow your path then. In fact, go get the Light Horseman right now. I can't wait. Take it to the mountains, you know, just in case if we continue to flee to the mountains. Because we gotta keep following where our ally is. Where the are you going? Stay there. We'll get caught in the battle. Oh, this is going to be bad. High quality versus superior quality. They don't have a man at arms. Well, this is bad already. Now, superior quality. Our knight has been killed. Our ally is here, but not good. Got a better dice roll than the Holy Warrior Commander. Only our knight were to kill the Emir, Muhammad, so we're hurting the other Emirs. I was wounded by it. Our troops are on full retreat. Stop! Stop moving! Get out of here! Now! Terrible. This is the risk of commanding armies. Now they're gonna go after their relevant objective. We lost our marshal. What's your prowess? 7. I'm making you marshal now. And reduce the men-at-arms maintenance now that we've brought these guys up. Even though I was originally currently opposed to it. Now they're gonna go get their objective. And, how do we defeat them? Is another question. Unless we catch them splitting up. Or accept defeat and let them get the county. Just hide up in the mountains. Just like how we've beaten them time and time again. I mean, mercenaries would be a difference maker. But, of course, 3 years later I would have to pay them and it'll bankrupt our country. And if we try to go in after them, then we're gonna get routed. Hey, where's our ally? Are you regrouping? Did they hire anymore? No? They got their objective? Don't surrender yet. If they want to come up, we dare them. No, they're going to go after the Despairing, which makes sense. Oh yeah, they're coming up. Hold on. What's the, for the upcoming battle, because I saw an icon. We'll probably lose. More armies. Sweaty, tired, and in need of food. A long day trained with troops is coming to an end. As we search a place to camp, we spot an old abandoned castle in the distance. Puffing my chest, I declare, "That is where we'll make our camp tonight." The sun is setting, and with every step towards the moon looks more ominous, long before the soldiers are whispering about ghosts. Let us raise tents outside. It's time to rest. I don't want to, go out and looking. That's a waste of time. We'll probably lose. But we have full light horsemen now, but they won't fight well in the mountains. If only we had archers. The knights wounded. Wounded by that man. That man. Let's see that Sultan Muhammad is leading. Starting to get pretty hairy now. Our knight main. That's the guy who became the Emir's doing it again. Knights are getting hurt and killed. Slow down. This is getting interesting now. So we have our commander's advantage is better than the Sultan's advantage. But we're losing men. It's bad. But it's a close one. We ordered the withdrawal earlier. Now we're taking it to the mountains. Looks like our holy warriors defeated them, and our knight has wounded one of their guys. They say we might lose. But at what cost? We only lost 345 and they lost 910 of them. Survivor. This was the initial, this is their survivor, so not bad. Not bad at all. Soon we'll take advantage of the plains for light horsemen. Our light horsemen killed 132 of their levies. None of our knights got killed, neither are theirs. But here's the real statistic. Yeah, Mahomet, that's the guy I was concerned about. He's wounded in action now. He's an old man, so we hope that he'll die eventually. So that'll lose their most talented commander. Oh, and I failed to mention, he's not Arab, he's Visigothic. He's our guy, he's one of our people, but he's of the wrong religion. He's a holy warrior to boot. So, our best knight of the job, he's a legendary bladesmaster. Look at his prowess from the 2 battles that were fought together. He's really kicking ass now. But he's more of a forest guy himself. Despite the fact he's a misguided warrior, but he's distinguished himself in battle. And we know that man, he's an aspiring blade master, but he's, one-legged. So this is our best knight. And their best man, who has a better prowess than any of our knights combined. He's a forder and he's gallant, which is what I'm aspiring to be one day. And, importantly, not wounded in action. So yeah, and these are, the total kills, so... Obada. Yeah, you did a lot. And look at that, we captured a prisoner. He's maimed. He's not gonna last long in prison. Well, under house arrest at least. Got any money? Because I would ransom you. Even though if we send you back out of the front lines, you are useless to them. Because you are just badly... I'd be happy to take more money from you. So, pays 30 to me. Excellent. This will continue for the war effort. We don't want no executions. So yes, we captured him after the battle. That's what happened. Picked up no kills because I'm not even there. What a costly affair. But the light horsemen are a bit of a difference maker, so now let's retake Zamora while they go home and lick their wounds. It ain't over yet, and our ally will soon join us, and hopefully we can turn this war around and try to make some gains. And they'll have to pay the war reparation, because they're the ones that started it. Which again, I was ill prepared for a war. To the friendless, well, it's a good deal. Don't spend. My Marshal Duke this deal's been shown off as a promising new recruit. He may not be of a noble stock as you, my liege, but in my name I swear that Zantulo is someone you won't want on your side. Ah, just like me. Come on in. We got some good knights, but Zantulo, come on in. You're replacing one of the bad ones, or the wounded ones. And I fear in the next battle we may have a shortage of knights. And that's why we should be saving our money more. We need to get more knights. This is gonna take a while. And I got a daughter. Let's see if we can have another ally. Somebody from not too far away. Hey, you doing anything? Allied to the Prince of Italy. You got a child? Betrothed. Damn. Actually, that's how. What about over there in Barcelona? It's your strength. Oh, that's good. Yeah, they're coming back. No, Navarri's coming. Mercenaries! I knew it! I knew they would go for that. Mercenaries. Hi. Would you like to have your son be betrothed to my daughter? Yes, sir. We need all the help we can get. They got mercenaries now. With our combined strength we could defeat them, but they're mercenaries. But again, they have the money, and it'll take 3 years for him to get his next payment if he wants to keep them. The Navarrese company. Who is Captain Philip? And what are his guys like? Just courtiers. Only he is the one in command. He's good martially, but prowess is average. And he's cautious, so he's going to be a tough one. If we meet in the plains, I'll defeat him. Now, please help us. Also, you got a war? Defending. Oh, crap. I think we made a wrong call. I'll accept, but I don't think he'll be any help for me. Or for him. By the way, pikemen. What are they good against? Just a look. Counters against cavalry. Oh no. Light cavalry. That won't do any good. But we have our knights. Some damn good ones. So he's coming shortly. Don't leave this area. We need this back under our control. Depending on the events, of course, as they're still fully stocked, but sickness is spreading. Starvation running low. Oh, they've taken a boat ride into our capital. As soon as we reclaim our territory, then we're going to have to get them kicked out of there. But they're not linking up with the mercenaries just yet. This is the first army led by Sultan Muhammad, the not good commander. The other one is still out there. We should meet in battle. We'll be leaving shortly. And stop him. Hopefully we capture him in the battle. That would be grand. Get out of our capital. Even though you have superior quality, as it says, especially Amir Hamdan, the best of the batteries that they have. But around here on our capital, it's hills. Yes, hills. And our cavalry doesn't do well in hills. Correct? No? Although they did a terrible performance in mountains, but they'll do slightly better in hills. But that's just me being optimistic. Stick with us. Don't advance. The Holy Commander is coming. He's feeling fine as he's having attentive care. And by the way, are you going to assist us, or do you have issues with somebody? Count Santiago, Cantabria claim. Ah, separate issue. Yeah, lead him to the plains. He stopped the siege. Oh, intercepted by Ramundo. Much skill of 10. He's got light footmen. Just rain it down while we'll be on our way to finish him off. Here comes us. I inherited the county of Zamora. The blind man has kicked the bucket. Light horseman and light footman here. Sorry, we take the command. We got him. I'm killing off the retreating ones. Visigothic banners until more mercenaries. He's really spending it. Pikeman and light footman. Come on, with us. What's his martial skill? Oh dear, 21. Led by the Emir. Oh no, do not underestimate him. He'll defeat us in battle if it wants to. But keep in mind, if we could try to, beat him in another battle, then as long as they keep away Zamora, then we shall be fine. Where's he? Separate conflict. Don't mind him. Oh, by the way, my son's not betrothed. Okay, we can get more allies. Contains a problem. Brittany! Hey! You got a daughter? Or a granddaughter? No? Well, you definitely cannot reason with these guys because we consider them evil. You can only contact as far as Italy, but it would be a bad idea to ally with Italy at this point. They're a bit less. The furthest contact we have is Cornwall, but that's too far away. And it would be more bad than good, as far as how troublesome could be is concerned. And these won't be of any help, because they're in the middle of a war. Right. Thinking. Since we only have far contact, I mean, when you go to places like here, you know. Yes, too far away to interact, which, by the way, in the game rules, I've set the diplomatic range to restrictive. So you just to make it feel realistic that, you know, somebody from Asturias should not have anybody contact with areas like Croatia or Byzantine Empire. But we do have contact with Italy, but I have a feeling that they're going to be a liability, knowing that there are people who have claims. You know, the Carlings, and they want to hold all of this. I mean, Bavaria's already taken parts of it. But Tuscany could be a good bet. They do have a daughter. Alright. How about my son? We're of similar strength. We're gonna need him over here. He's not at war with anybody, he's not allied with anybody, so Tuscany could save our skin. But remember, our priority is to defend friendly territory. Do not advance into enemy territory. It's a waste of time. We just gotta figure out how to deal with this Visigothic band of Santiago mercenaries, commanded by an excellent commander. And he's got pikemen and light footmen. Light footmen. Aha! Got something else. Wait a minute. When did I get light footmen for myself? I didn't inherit that. Actually you did. Because, you know, you hold Zamora now, and, you know, that was my, blind brother. Which, by the way, why did he die of captivity? They captured my brother, and then he died in prison. Bastards! Bastards! One of our knights is lost. My cousin Veramundo. Grassavattaca. Rest in peace. It's just these guys. They're deadliest. And there's the man with the very good marshal. He's been severely injured. Aggravated wounds, severely injured, and I hope he dies. He's their best commander that they've got. While Sultan Muhammad is in full retreat. Which I even thought about considering, well, like, we'll find a way to deal with these mercenaries, and we should probably just give chase, follow them, even though we were thinking about taking them on. And also, light footmen? Do we really need them? They're good against heavy infantry. You know, heavy infantry. No. Bowman counters skirmishers, and they got skirmishers. So I think our better bet is to get archers. Bowman. They're good in the hills, forests, and especially in forests. There's some forest here. So we'll create it and we'll raise them in a bit. And please, don't spend any more money. We'll go as far as Porto. Do not advance into these areas. They're likely going to go for Zamora, because that's the objective. Battle's not over yet. Now anyways, who should I vote for? And please, help us. Low county control. Oh yeah, I just inherited that, so I won't get as much from them. But we'll pick it up once we, get there. Anyway, who should I vote for as the armies are marching? Tuscany is coming. But that's only if that's someone of my kin, my house, Cantabria. Oh, not him. My Chancellor uncle. Well, what about somebody with the best martial that is of the dynasty? But unfortunately, it's him. So for now, I'll cast my vote to Veromundo. Veromondo. That's how you say it in the Visigothic language. I have a habit of saying Spanish because, that's what it evolved to. Castilian Spanish. So that's who I'm voting for now until my son grows up. Hopefully with about a better martial education. At least they don't have siege weapons. Otherwise it's going to be more of a problem than it needs to be. So they're in plains now. Oh no, they're going to go, meet up with the rest of them, so it'll be hard to dislodge them. As long as the allied armies are coming. Tuscany is on their way. They will no doubt siege this place. Just meet us in the forest. We'll go pick up the rest of the armies. I'm sitting around a map table with Mayor Leo Vigido and Duke Lucidio, discussing our strategy for the ongoing war. The mayor bangs his fist on the table and loudly proclaims we should charge the enemy directly and crush them with the sheer might of our armies. While Lucidio nervously mutters about how we should avoid unnecessary engagements and fight a war of attrition. It is my right to decide the ultimate course of action. And fatal casualties, attack or advantage, or improved avoidance. Less retreat losses, less friendly fatal casualties, but we take less on attack or advantage for 5 years. Or just give it to both of them. And these are vassals, not my knights. So I'll just say that I'll take the offense. We'll be on the offensive one day. Raise them all. Link up with the rest too. Yeah. That's where we shall meet. They can have Zamora back, but don't let them hold it for long. What are they doing? Because I saw, animation. Like, are they assaulting it? But this place is going to fall again because sickness is spreading and supplies are running low in the garrison. And it's about to go. Tuscany, you took a long way round. Well then, at least you're here. Holy War will still lead. Even though they call him a godless paragon because he's a cynical man. Cynical holy warrior. And he's an overseer now. And his knights will be more effective if he was the ruler. Good to know. Yeah, they merged in together. Mercenaries and levies. But we're getting archers now. I don't know if fighting in the forest is a better idea than fighting up in the mountains. We did well in the mountains. But the Sultan is the commander. I wish we capture him in battle and then we'll be good. Unless you want to take it to the mountains again. I think that's the better option. So let him take Zamora. We'll beat them up here one more time, then take it back. It's the army of Florence. Stay here. They think about going after another barony. No? Where are they going? Shoot! They're going after our ally. He who hesitates is lost. Go up the mountains. You'll be safe up there. Chances are even. We've got to get up there. Our ally's in danger. Damn it. They're in the way. We won't save you, but you're having a bit of a struggle of our own. Gotta get them out of the way. Full retreat. Go back. Don't go up there. Don't even want to look that up. Just got in the way of a hostile army, so let's just try to take some more back. But at least Tuscany gave them a bit of a beating. So we have more troops than they do. At least combined with our allies, but... At least Barcelona is coming. Let's go for chivalric dominance. Knights will be more effective. Taking a bit of attrition because this is a siege. It's ongoing. As long as we keep them away from their objective, the war will continue. But they're going to keep intercepting our ally, which is bad. What are you doing there? Standing there. What are you doing? Get going. Get moving. Going by sea. Oh, I think I know where he's going. Well, Barcelona, where are you? A knight. That's you, Bernard. Well, at least we'll take this place without opposition. At least for now. Just only a couple of days now. One more month. Yeah, we'll definitely get it before they get here. Undisciplined recruits. Today I am observing Infante Gathon. Infante is prince, by the way. As he trains for some of his new levies, but the recruits under his command resemble a disorganized mob more than an army. I look on as he struggles to gain control of the situation, clearly pushed to his limits. While it's never easy to train new soldiers, he seriously needs to do better than this. Oh, that's my uncle. He's not a knight. That'll cheer him up when the training is over. Forming a friendship. we can handle this particular war. Especially on the monetary side. Tuscany will be with us. As long as we keep them away from the objective, then we should be alright. So come on, link up. Unless you want to take the spare now, I'll be happy to assist you. Let's meet up. We'll fight them together. All we need to do is win one more decisive battle, then they call for white peace. As long as we hold this objective, then we should be alright. As long as we stay in friendly territory, we'll be reinforced. Move the rally point to here. That's where our current position is. Need all the help we can get. But of course, that's going to cost you. With these raised armies that we have, we'll be running out of money soon. I'll get rid of one of the men-at-arms regiment in the post-war. Likely keep the archers. But if we just have to keep dragging this war on, then he's going to have to pay his mercenaries. And he's a sinner. Committed adultery, and that is shunned in his faith. It's good to know. He's still leading his troops. Now he's at a strategic impasse here. But if he's gonna... Well, let's get moving. Our brother's been taken prisoner. Darn, Santiago got a separate conflict. Oh, Barcelona, don't get caught. Okay, we're desperate for money, so actually do take one of the territories. We can try to loot it. There ain't no prisoners. Hey. Hey, Pope. Give me some money. Wife's pregnant, and the Pope says yes, as I spent a great deal of piety for this. Oh, 2 armies now. Getting ridiculous. To do battle with Zip. I understand you are interested in deepening your grasp on warfare. Count Gautier rearranges his shirt as he approaches me. I might be able to help you to see the battlefield in new ways. He is well known for his mastery of fighting infidels. If there was one who could help me understand, it would be him. I want to learn. But again, I'm a young man. While you are the greatest commander that Sammy's ever had, even though we are equal in martial skill. So, yes, I want to learn. So he will attempt to teach me the holy warrior skill. And the high martial skill will be beneficial in these pursuits. Let's take this territory and get them to Samar. That's what we're going to do. And hopefully capture a few prisoners. Anybody that's living there. Who's the other commander besides the Sultan? Oh no, it's the Emir. Is that the same guy? Or am I thinking of a different one? By the way, isn't he the Visigothic? No, different guy. Well, this place is about to fall. Alright, we got it. Did we take any prisoners? Well, at least we got the war score, which, if we want to, we could call for white peace, as it's already been a long war. But I want them to feel our wrath. Let's go get them. We will probably win as we approach. Our allies are coming, including the one guy from Barcelona, which I believe that's... Wait a minute, who's? Yeah, the man who's going all by himself is he. He's the commander. Or the knight. The army's the knight. And actually, that's the man who's in the front line right now. He's got the scars to prove it. He ain't afraid. He's wrathful, so he wants revenge. Now we're coming to get revenge too. We have more men-at-arms than he does. As I said, it's... Hey, Amir, where you going? Aren't you gonna help your Sultan out? There's that never give up, can-do spirit that we have. We'll probably lose, we'll probably win. Make up your mind! Because the battle is to be decided right now. So we might lose, but chances are even. If this battle, like if we go on a losing side, well then, call for white peace. We've taken enough casualties. Shame, really. I'll look you up in a moment. So, it's an even battle here in the plains of Zamora. Though you're no help, King Garcia. We will remember this. Let me see. When you look at our knights before the allies come, these are our best men, or so they say. But I wonder what's beyond Legendary Blade Master, if he survives this battle, as well as my commander, my tutor, which he hopefully can give me the Holy Warrior trait. Anyways, let's get it on. Oh, more reinforcements have arrived. Fate of the Visigoths. Long ago, our ancestors migrated to the Iberian Peninsula and built their first settlements. We have lived here for generations since then. The land is shaping us as much as we shape the land. It's time to ask ourselves, are we still Visigoths, or are we something new entirely? Well, we can't do that, so... Again, times are changing and we must change with them. So all Visigothic counties and characters in my realm become Asturias Leonese. That's who we are. Now. We'll look it up after the battle. So this is the battle that defines our national identity. Here comes our friend. We have more men in arms. Light postmen, bowmen, light footmen. One of our friendly knights got killed. A lot of things are happening in this short amount of time. I'm done. Who's killing our guys? We're killing their troops, but our knights are getting... Well, our knights killed one of them. One of our allied knights. One of our better knights got wounded. Oh, we prevented this siege, and we're on our winning ways. Cool. So 3 of our knights got killed. I don't know if that's okay. Here, as you can see, yeah, the mayor of Laredo. Remember that guy? Yeah, he went all by himself, like he's gone on a personal vendetta. And we'll look up at the knights in a moment. Our bowmen did fine. So did the light horsemen and the light footmen. But their pikemen were killing us. But our knights really marauded them. So we killed 2 Catholic knights that served under the Muslims. Especially that man. That man's a killer. Whereas he's doing alright. He hasn't got wounded yet. One-legged and wounded. Why am I even sending them to the front? Yes, Balduin of Loreto. Yeah, he had a vendetta of mine, wanted to go kill, so yes, he killed one while he got killed himself. And we avenged him by killing this Visigothic man. But the Battle of Zamora shall be remembered as, you know, that we drove them out, and that's where we'll have white peace signed, sealed, delivered, to end hostilities. So we're no longer Visigoths. Our national character has changed. And this battle has defined it. Yes. Call for white peace. We can't do enforce because there's no way on earth we would go all the way and try to, you know, pay the war reparations to us. That would be nice, but we just do not have the time. Oh, your guest. Guess you can come in. I'll pay you. You can be the spy master. Yeah, great. At least it's a good one. We'll do something more with the intrigue. As you could see, Asturias. And the Castilian culture has also been born here. Aragonese as well. Catalan. Galician. So yes, it's a birth of a new era. And to the south, Andalusians. In which these people, no longer Bedouin, they're now Andalusians, Arabs. This was a changing time. By the way, one more to check. The men at arms. We have 19,000. This is, you know, many of them and our allies. So. But the real question is, does he have the money to pay for those mercenaries? Should he lose these mercenaries and can't pay them, then, well, actually, don't advance into the front line yet. Although we could easily, you know, track him down and kill him, but just take here. This is next door. Plus we need loot. So I'll risk a siege. Got another daughter. Elvira's a good one. No need for more alliances. I think we got it from here. Good. My uncle's gone. I didn't like him that much. You'll do. Keep up with the domestic affairs. Oh, that's what happened. That separate war. He's been captured. Therefore, game over for him. The war, that is. War over, I should say. If we get attacked, then the Allies will back us up. And how long has this war been? 5 years ago. And I think it's nearly about that time for that payment if he wants to keep his mercenaries. Should he lose them, then Uncle's been released. I'm sure he's going to want the council again. Just making sure in case I forget. Because I've been in the war for so long. I saw that. Check the siege. There they are. Rampant disease, but they still got fully stocked food. Better change. Possession. Okay, just a couple more days. And, Sultan Garcia of Navarra left the Andalusian claim. They quit the war. Well, they weren't much help to us anyhow. Sultan Muhammad of Navarra? Oh no. We'll be sure to get, what happened to you? Anybody got a claim on Navarra? I mean, the Sultan Muhammad? Oh, there's your history. That's what I was looking for earlier. Yeah, these claimants. If there's any of them in our court, then I'd be happy to, you know, go get them. So that way we'll fight our next war for the claimant to kick these guys out of there and restore the throne back to its rightful owners. That'll happen in the next episode. First, let's wrap this up. We gotta get rid of them before France declares holy war, and it'll weaken our position and our standing. There we go, got the bit of that money. Yeah, we gotta call for white peace right now. We gotta do something about this little situation. And plus their heir, he's going to inherit, and, no, it's gonna split. They're gonna remain split between the Umayyad Sultanate, the Sultanate of Andalusia, and the Sultanate of Navarra. As I say, I don't like that at all. So, enough blood has been shed here. If only we could enforce demands, but the war score is 60, and he could beat the heck out of him more. And then he would lose his claim. But if we give a white peace, he's not going to let go of his claim. I mean, he's got many claims. Where did he get that? I mean, I understand the claim in here. Oh, that front too. These are all kinds of claims that he can use. But he's getting strange, but I believe that's enough. Let's end it. He'll accept. He'll spend that prestige. My allies will gain some prestige. Even though we lost more than we have won. But what can you do? Especially the first one, which was an ugly one. So, we'll offer him white peace. My uncle created a cadet branch. Norena. disband all armies. Let's all go home and start making all that money again. But we're not quite at the max levies yet. Give it a year or so, and then we'll be dealing with them. Claim it or put him back on the throne. I mean, I don't have a claim on Navarra. No. Why would I? But putting somebody back on the throne and having an alliance with them would be good. So, let's look at it real quick before we end this episode. This very first eventful episode. Pressed, unpressed. I mean, this one's a vassal. There's all these princesses, and there's a courtier. There's vassals, courtiers. Wanderers. Alright, that's another thing. Besides those who are living in that country now, but there's also wanderers where we could catch them. My queen! My queen, I remember you, yes. What if I press your claim? Is that even possible? Yes. It would be a lot of prestige, but tell you what, I think we got ourselves a bit of an interesting scenario for our next episode. Although there is one flaw to this plan, and that's she won't be around in the court with me, dealing with court politics and whatnot. She won't be with me for long, as we would be married but ruling separately. And my children will be set to inherit, well, at least, like, one of us is going to get Asturias and the other is going to get Navarra. So this creates an interesting scenario here. So we got the Umayyads kept back for the next 5 years, so, and plus we can easily defeat them. So I guess episode 1 was a good start. It was a bit of a rough start, especially on the monetary situation and the amount of men of arms we have to bring to bear. So, and we gotta wait for the levies a bit. But we still got our decent knights. Has increased our knight effectiveness and a continuous chivalry focus, which one day I will be leading my troops, as long as the holy warrior is still with me, because he's my mentor. He'll prove skills and they be gained through events when my lifestyle focus is set to a particular skill. Very well. So we hope you enjoyed this first episode of Asturias, ladies and gentlemen. This was a bit of a chaotic start, but we survived for now. And that's what the story early on in this series is going to be. It's all about survival. So we hope you'll join us in our next episode of this brand new adventure. Because we're no longer Visigoths. We are Astur-Leonese. We are Asturians in general. And our current fascination is... well, I was trying to go for that, but switch that back. So join us in our next episode. There's plenty more. And a little bit more of the what's going on here within the country rather than what we felt in the First War, which I thought the Umayyads were going to get it. But no, they still got Navarra in a different way. Now, we're going to have to take it back to its rightful owner for my queen. We hope you join us then. But until then, so long for now.